My name is Sonal. I'm a business analyst, and this is our business analysis training session. So we'll start with a small introduction on what is business analysis. And in this particular course or this particular demo session, we'll understand two things. One, what is business analysis? We hear a lot about it, but what it exactly is, we'll understand that. Two, will this career be a good fit for you in the long run? I'm hoping at least some of you are looking for a well-paying, established career instead of just a job. And if that is your plan, will you fit into a business analysis career? I'm not going to make this decision for you. You will be making this on your own, but you'll have enough understanding to know whether you're a good fit or not. I like to start with this joke or this slide. What my clients think I do, this one, what my coworkers think I do, what my parents think I do. Parents think very highly of their kids, so this is what they think we do. This is what my friends think I do. They think it's all party. This is what I think I do, and this is what I actually do. And this is not my picture, but anyways. Little bit about my background. I was born here in India. I did my post-graduation here, my MBA in marketing. I'm sorry. I worked here. I started as an advertiser and a marketer, and then just chanced into a business analysis career. Then I moved here where I am right now, and I work as a business analyst and also a mentor to the future BAs. This is the role, the mentor role, which I really enjoy doing. This is the role which helps me do this one. It gives me the understanding, the experience, but I really enjoy connecting to people and mentoring them. So I'm hoping with this slide, there is one thing that you understand, that I do not have a technical background, and therefore you do not need a technical background to be a BA. What you need, we will discuss in the upcoming slides. Now, what is business analysis? Before we start that, let's start with introductions from all of you. So I'm going to unmute you. You'll tell me three things. One, what is your name? Two, what you do? And three, anything special about you, any quote that you like, anything about you that will give me some good idea about you, so that, because we'll be connected throughout the session, we need to interact. So I need some understanding about you guys. So who's going to start first? Let's see who we have here. Amit Sharma. Amit, can you start? I have unmuted you. Oh, I'm going to unmute you now. Amit, hi.
I cannot see the change. Hi, I cannot see the change in slides, so I don't know where exactly. I'm just seeing the first slide right now.
You're still seeing the first slide?
Yeah. So I was listening, but till you fix that,
Can
I
you
will
see
do
it
the work
now?
myself. I'm doing my. Uh,
Can
no.
you just refresh your screen? Maybe you'll see it now.
Oh yeah. So is this a slide right now? What is business analysis?
Let's go back to this one. Okay. This is
Okay.
my first slide.
Okay.
This was the second one,
Okay. Okay.
which is just an introduction. This
Yeah.
is
Yeah. I get it.
my background,
Okay.
and this is where we are now. But before this, we are going to start with introductions. So Amit, can you start with your introduction, please?
Yeah, as you know, my name is Amit. I'm from India, and
Can you be
I'm
a
doing
little
my.
louder? I can't understand fully.
I'm not sure how loud I can be because I'm in a class and it's about to start. But I'm doing my MBA right now,
Okay.
and I plan to graduate by the end of this year.
Okay.
So I've done my BTech, Now I'm doing my MBA, so I think a business analyst role in the IT field will suit me, and that's the reason why I plan to go into this field.
Okay, good. Something about yourself. Something you like, some quote, something about you that makes you special. I need to understand you guys a little bit more.
Yeah, I'm like a dedicated kind of person, and I tend to plan a lot earlier than what most people do. So
Okay.
yeah, that is about me. Yeah.
Very good, Amit. Thank you so much for talking to us. I'm going to unmute you. Second one is Elias. Am I uh, pronouncing your name right? Elias? Hello? Elias, hi. Okay. I am going to go to the next person who is Hello XYZ. Okay. Can you tell me your name? Hello? Okay. Let's move to the next person. Nima Raj. Nima, hi. Are you there? Something wrong with the voice system? Can you guys hear me? Can you write it in the chat window so that I know that you can hear me? Okay, who's the next person? We can start with that. Omvati, can we start with that? Omvati XYZ, is that the right name? Okay, Preeti. Preeti, hi.
Hi, my name is Preeti. I was a banker in India for close to 7 years.
Okay.
Then I resigned because I wanted to take a break. And right now I am in
Mm-hmm.
Sarnia, Ontario from Canada. So I'm just here to attend the demo session because I wanted to see if I could change my career line. That's
Okay.
all. Yeah,
Okay.
that's what.
Something about yourself, Preeti, something apart from your background.
uh, Nothing like
Anything special about you? Anything.
I don't know, especially no, I don't think I can
You
say
could say
anything.
that you've been a good banker. Anything.
Okay, that's okay. Professionally, I have never had a single complaint in the 7 years that I was at the bank against me.
Okay,
Impeccable
excellent.
standards. That's the
That's
only
very
thing.
good. That's very good. And
Yep.
what bank were you with?
HDFC?
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go to the next person. Rajashekar. Rajashekar, hi. Are you there?
Yeah, hi, I'm there.
Yeah. Can you increase your volume a little bit?
Yeah, sure. It's fine now.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Rajshekar, a computer science student. I'm presently doing masters in United States in Wichita, Kansas. And coming to coding, I like coding. Right now, I'm doing a project in Java. So,
Okay.
so I like coding in Java, .NET, and also SQL Server too. And special,
Okay.
I'm always a special guy. That's it.
Okay. All right. Good.
Yeah.
Next person, Rashmi. Rashmi, are you ready?
Hello.
Yeah, little louder, please.
Hi, my name is Rashmi and I'm from India. Right now I'm in USA, in Richmond, and this is a demo session for me. So I'm trying to change my career to business analyst. Earlier I was working as a center manager for educational firms.
For where? Which company?
For educational firms.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Anything else you would like to say about yourself? Anything special? We just want to get introduced to one another and know one another for the course session.
Yeah, my strength is my communication skills. So that
Oh,
helps me in my
that's
profession.
good.
That's one.
This is one of the skills that every BA should really develop. If you have it, fantastic. If you don't have it, you should really work on that. That would give you a lot of strength and a lot of push in your BA career. All right, nice talking to you.
Same here. Thank
Next
you.
person is Saswati. Yes, Saswati, are you ready?
Hi everyone. Hi Sonal. I'm Sashwati. I'm dialing from Austin, Texas. So I am professionally I am an engineer and MBA, and I have close to 7.5 years of corporate experience working as an HR consultant with Fortune 500 companies in India. And I moved to the US, and I thought I should. In the US, I actually see a lot of demand for business analysts, and I think my strengths being good communication skills and good data analytics skill, I thought this would be an appropriate combination to sort of leverage on and and then venture into this career stream of business analysis. So so here I am, just trying to explore more what is in store for me in this business analyst demo session. So it will actually help me to get insights into what is in store, and if this is exactly my calling, in the US. So yeah, that's about me.
Good enough, good enough. Okay.
Thank you.
Anybody else who would like to speak up, say something, ask something before we start with the slides? Any question you have before we start? Anybody? Rajshekar, do you have a question, or this was an old one? Rajshekar, do you have a question, or this was an old question that I'm seeing here?
No, I'm not able to see the slides. That's it. I don't have any questions.
Oh, okay, all right, no problem. Okay, so we'll start again. What is business analysis? Any of you, do you have any understanding of what business analysis is? Anybody would like to say anything about it? Anything that you've learned from the market, you've heard about it, anything? Would anybody like to speak up first? Do I see any hands? No. Okay, no problem. So business analysis, it's the practice of enabling change in an organizational context. Do not worry about the heavy words. This is in definition that is from Babcock, which is the guide to business analysis body of knowledge. This is like the Bible for business analyst. This is where you have the guidelines and definitions and everything else. But what I would like to explain it to you in very, very simple words. This is business analysis is a practice. It's a business practice. What it does is it makes you understand and document two things in business: the current state, which is called as the as is state, and the future state, which is the to be state. So how to go from an as is to a to be state, from a current state to a future state. This is what business analysis is all about. There's also a Wikipedia definition which says it is a discipline of identifying business needs and determining solution to business problems.
Sorry to
So the
interrupt you,
three things.
Sona. Sona,
Sorry,
sorry to interrupt you. We cannot see your screen.
not yet. Oh, okay. I thought I had enabled it. 1 second. Okay, can you see it now? Can you see it now, everybody?
No, no. Yes, now we can see it. Thank you.
Okay, all right. So three things that are important here. One, the business analyst will determine what is the need of the business. 2, the business analyst will help determine the solution to the business need or the business problem. Two main things that are highlighted here, and we will get into more details here. So I'm sure if you've Googled about business analysis jobs, any or all of these positions might come up. It could be a business systems analyst, requirement engineer, process engineer. Depends on what company you would be applying for, what company you would be working in. But the roles of the BA are not very clearly defined in some companies, and they are clearly defined in the other companies. So they might be using any of these job titles to convey the requirement. So do not worry about what the detail, what the description, what the headline says, what the job title says. Look into the requirement and then match it with the skills that you'll be developing in this course. If you have learned those skills, if you know those keywords, if you think you can do those job functions, then you know that it's a business analysis job and you are fit for it. Just because you get a requirements from somewhere, you look at a requirement and it says, suppose it says a requirement engineer, and you are like, no, I am a business analyst, I cannot do this. No, wait for yourself to finish reading the whole requirement and then decide. Now I'm going to give you 5 awesome reasons to be a business analyst, and there are more. First one, top recession-proof jobs. I am not saying this, the Forbes magazine is saying this. If you've seen in the recent times, right from 2008, businesses come up, they suffer losses, and when a business suffers loss, a whole community, a whole state, the whole countries suffer losses because of that. But Forbes magazine says that business analysis job in the future, in the coming years, is going to be one of the top recession-proof jobs. So the companies may come up, they may go down, the profits may come up and go down, but a person who has a business analysis knowledge and experience will find a good, suitable, well-paying job in some industry or the other. Average salaries. Now, who wouldn't like to get a good salary, a good package? Average salaries meaning depending on the kind of experience you have. So suppose you just started a business analysis career and you have a couple of years of experience, you might be going for a very basic job, a startup job. You might be starting with 75K or even little over than that. You can say even 65K, even 60K. But once you have got good experience, you can really climb up the ladder fast. And 95K is not actually the limit. This will also depend on whether you are a consultant or you are a full-time employee. Consultant will get higher salaries. They'll be billed hourly, but because they'll be doing their own taxes and there would be no benefits, you will actually have to make a choice. Do you want to be a full-time employee or a consultant? But the salaries would be really good. Estimated growth, 20% or about 640,000 new jobs that are going to be coming up in the upcoming years as in a business analysis career on a business analysis profile. This is an awesome number. No other industry is seeing this kind of a growth. Low entry barrier. What does this mean? Anybody who I mean, a person doesn't need to be an engineer. If you are an engineer, excellent, but you don't need to be an engineer. You need some basic skills, and we'll be going over those skills in the upcoming slides. Anybody with those skills has a chance of getting into a business analysis career. Whether you grow in that career, whether you make good money, you get good positions, will depend on your skill. But as such, when you're applying for a job, for a business analysis job, there is no big entry barrier. Next, huge growth opportunities. So let's say you've become a business analyst today, and you'd be thinking, okay, where am I going to be in next 5 years, 7 years, 10 years? So as you gain experience and as you gain more confidence in this business analysis job profile, you can be a project manager, a product manager, a release manager, a program manager, a business architect, any of these profiles and other profiles. You can look at any of those profiles. You can apply for them once you have gained some experience and some confidence in your career. And guys, please feel free to ask me any question anytime. Do not hesitate. There are no bad questions, no silly questions. If you have a question in your mind, please ask it. Okay? Raise your hand, ask the question. Skills required to be a good business analyst. Communication skills, of course, very, very basic skill. You need that. Now, communication skill will also not mean that you have to talk to a client in a US accent or a UK accent. Your communication should be good and clear enough so that you can communicate well. Written communication, verbal communication, both of that. Just make yourself clear enough, and that is the requirement here. Technical skills, good to have. If you have technical skills, well and good. Analytical skills, because this is an analysis job, you will be working on processes, on problems, on new products, and you will be reading lots and lots of documents. So be prepared to really hone your analytical skills, and this is one top skill that you will be using all through your business analysis career. Problem solving skill. BA is a problem solver, and this is the life of the BA. Every day there are issues that come up, and there are problems that come up. There are teams that have to communicate to each other. BA is the go-to person that everybody will reach to. The client will reach, the stakeholders will reach, and your technical team will reach, your QA team will reach to you, your project manager will reach to you. Everybody will be reaching to you, and you definitely need to be a problem solving kind of a person. Decision making skills. You will not be making a decision in terms of let's say how much the company is going to spend on this project, but you'll be making lots of other decisions, and you really need to have quick decision making. You need to have faith in the decisions that you make, and then going back to the communication skills, you need to communicate those decisions to the whole team all the time, very, very clearly. Managerial skills. You will be managing a lot of people, not in terms of being a boss, but just in terms of getting everybody to communicate, to problem solve, to be on the same page. You will be using a lot of these skills. Negotiation and persuasion skills, yes. You'll be negotiating for the timelines, you'll be negotiating for the teams, you'll be negotiating between lots and lots of different teams and people. So be prepared for this. Still everybody awake? Can I see some hands saying that you guys are still there and you guys are awake? Anybody? Yes, I see two people are awake. That's good. 3, oh wow, 4. That's good. Out of, I know, 11 people, 3 or 4 are awake. I think that's not bad enough. Anybody still a question about the slides that we've been talking about? Rajashekar, do you have a question? Rajashekar, do you have a question?
No, I don't have any question.
Okay. Anybody else who has a question? Either I'm really unclear or I'm very, very clear. Nobody has a question. Anyways, please feel free to ask any question that comes up. Now, what does a business analyst do? Just like we talked in the definition, there could be different kind of projects that you would be working on. You could be working on a process improvement. You could be working on a new product development. You could be working on an old product which needs to be changed. You could be working on any of these projects. Plus, you could be working on an IT project. You could be working on a non-IT project. Doesn't matter what kind of company, what kind of project you're working on. But these are some of the things that you will be doing on a daily basis, on at least let's say an ongoing basis. Every single day you may or may not do all of these things, but you will be doing most of the things most of the time. This is a business analyst blueprint. Anybody knows what a blueprint is? People who are from engineering background? Who was from engineering background? There was somebody from engineering background that I just spoke to. Preeti? Wait. Oh, Rajshekar was from. So Rajshekar, do you know what a blueprint is?
Yeah, blueprint is like what to do, the total process from the starting to the ending.
Yeah, exactly. So looking at this picture, what understanding do you get about a business analyst blueprint?
Like having all the requirements and satisfying the requirements.
Yes, that is part of it. Yes, you've got a good point. Anybody? Thank you, Rajshekar. Anybody else who would like to talk on this? Anybody? Just looking for slightly higher level of participation so that I know what I am saying, people are getting it. No? Okay. So what does this blueprint say? 3 things. 1, business or customer focus, collaboration, and continuous learning. Now, why does a business analyst need these 3 things? Customer or business focus, top priority of, I think that would be a top priority of anybody who's running a business. But for a business analyst, what a customer wants to achieve in terms of goals, in terms of customers focus, in terms of long-term customer vision, whatever the customer needs, that has to be my focus as a BA. That is the final goal that even I am trying to achieve. My vision should be aligned with my customer's vision. My focus should be what the customer wants, what the customer is looking at. Second important thing here, collaboration. Why do a business analyst need to collaborate? Because that is the whole profile of mine. A business analyst needs to collaborate between 2 different teams. One, the stakeholders. Now, who are the stakeholders? Anybody who's a participant in this project, but it does not include the IT team. It does not include the project managers. It includes, suppose my project has come from an HR background, from suppose VP HR. So the VP HR is the stakeholder here. The sponsors of the project, people who are putting money in this, they are my stakeholders. Anybody who is going to be affected by this project, that person is a stakeholder. We'll learn more about it. But I need to collaborate between my stakeholders, my business team, and on the other side is my IT team. And as a business analyst, my top 3 priorities, if my collaboration is right between the 2 teams, if I convey what I am learning from my business, from my stakeholders, I convey it right, if I document it right to my IT team, and it has to go back and forth. I communicate. If my IT team is facing a problem, is customer, suppose I'm working on a process on a call center and my customer says, okay, this is what I want my calls to be picked up within these many seconds. I go back to the IT team and my IT team says, I'm sorry, this is not achievable. I should be able to get both the teams together, explain it to them in the terms that they understand, and just keep all the communication channels going really, really well. I am not the one who's going to be developing a product. I am not the one who's going to be writing a process, but I am the one who should be focused on getting both the teams to communicate freely. And I am the liaison, I am the bridge between both the two, both the teams, so that everybody knows what the other person wants and everybody has the same focus. Now, continuous learning. BA needs to learn continuously. It could be the domain. Suppose today I am working on an HR domain. Tomorrow there is something that's come up in healthcare domain or insurance or banking, any kind of domain. Me as a BA cannot say that I have no experience here and I cannot work on this project. If my project manager, if my project management office PMO wants me to work on certain project, I should be willing to learn the whole process, the product, the company, and I should keep the whole thing going. Touch points. As I said, a business analyst is a bridge. So what does a bridge do? It connects the 2 points. If there is bridge on the road, it will connect one side of the road to the another side of the road. If it's a bridge on a lake, it will connect the 2 sides of the lake. If I am a business analyst, then I should be able to connect all these points, all these people. I do process analysis, I would do requirement analysis. This is my work. But all these people, I will be the touch point for all of them. Here are the BA stakeholders. Here are the customers. I have the shareholders. I have the employees, partners. This is one group. Then, if suppose I'm working on something, a legal project, then I need to interact with the legal team. I may or may not interact with all of them in one single project, but I will interact with at least one of them in every single project of mine. Then here, there is my technology team. It could be technology, operations, product, services, marketing, facilities. So I am not saying that all the time I am interacting with all of them. What I am saying here is, in any project, business analyst will be getting the information backwards and forwards all the time. So many, I'll be in my everyday job profile, I will be touching the lives of a lot of people here. And a business analyst, therefore, needs to be very, very strong in conveying the right message. No, let's start it again. The business analyst should be first understanding everybody's point of view, all of them, whoever the business analyst is working with, then should be able to document all of this very, very clearly, very important. And then should be conveying all the information back and forth all the time. Anybody who's heard about Agile? Any of you heard about Agile, Scrum methodologies? Any of you? Anybody who's worked in IT? There was somebody from a Java background? No? Okay. So, okay, here. Agile is one of the methodologies by which we run the projects. I think, I don't know if you guys will be, okay, let's start here. One is the old time methodology. It's called the waterfall methodology, that's been used for a number of years now for project management. We'll get into details on that. We have a different module which just explains the different methodologies. And then recently, companies have come up with Agile. This is one of the methodologies. Here, this is just an example for you to learn. In Agile, we develop everything little bit at a time. Instead of instead of all at once. Meaning, if I'm developing a certain IT solution, I would be doing, so if you see a lot of pebbles here instead of one single rock, so this would mean I am doing development here, I am doing testing here, I am doing my project management here, everything here. But I am doing everything in small incremental manner. I am not taking up the whole project in one go. I am taking up one single part, one small part of the project, but working on the complete cycle of the whole project. And then I'm going to the next one. But in the traditional methodologies, in the traditional way of thinking, this was what used to happen. You take complete project at a time, start with planning the project, come down to the requirements, the development, the testing and maintenance, everything. And this is a new approach. So these days, the companies who come up with the requirements, they need new business analysts. They are looking for people who have some experience or some knowledge of agile. This would be, I'm not saying it's the next big thing, because it's the present big thing. Right now, every single company is looking for people who have some experience, some knowledge of agile. And we will learn more about it. There's nothing to be worried about. We'll learn more about it. Now, this is the course outline that I'm proposing. This is still a broad guideline, meaning we will be covering all of it. These are my lessons. But if there is something specific that you guys think you should be asking, you should be learning about, you have questions on, we can definitely look at them. So this, I plan to cover all of it in my course, all these things. But within the lessons, if there is something specific, please don't shy away, please request it, and we will add things, we will go in more detail if you don't understand, and we will cover everything in such a manner that by the end of the course, everybody who is willing to learn, everybody who is willing to give in their 100% to it, will understand all of this. These are some of the tools that BAs use. Activity diagrams, use case diagrams, user stories, gap analysis, SWOT analysis. Now, do not look at the slide and think, oh my God, this is a lot and I'll have to learn all this. When we actually start working on this one by one, it is easy to understand, and it is, we will be doing assignments after every single lesson. And after the assignment, once you've submitted your assignments, I will be looking at every single assignment. I'll be giving you input on every single assignment. We will make corrections together. And when we start the class, we'll have discussion on the previous day's assignment. And at the end of the class, we'll have the discussion on the assignment that's going to come up in, that you need to submit in the next class. So you will understand all of it. Just wanted you to know that these are a few of the tools that BAs used. Now, 8 things a BA needs to know. Needs, what is the meaning of needs to know? It doesn't mean that right now you should know all of it. No. It just means that when you are ready to take up a job, you should at least understand all of this. We will be working on all these documents. We'll be working on the BRD, business requirement documents. We'll be working on analysis documents. We will understand what testing is. We will understand all of this. But doesn't mean right from day one you will have all of these. Even after the course, you will have a good understanding, a good grasp of all of these concepts. So tomorrow when you apply for a job, tomorrow when you're looking out for a job, when you are talking to the hiring manager, you will know what these things are. You will not go there blank. This is the competency that this course will give you. Top 10 BA terms. Just for your reference, right now do not need to learn all the definitions, but in our course we will be talking about almost all of them. If there are some other terms that you Google and you come up with, you don't understand, we can always discuss them in the class. But these are some of the terms that at least by the end of this course, you will be aware of all of them, you will understand all of them, and you will be able to use them in your conversation. You will be able to use them when you go for an interview. I think this is interesting for everybody. Everybody wants to make the top buck, wants to make top salaries. So just some data from the market, from the top salary sites. This is where business analysts will start if they are new to the market, if they are a total rookie, if they have just started here. Not a bad salary to start with, $60,000 per year, especially when average salary in this country is close to $40,000 or less than that. And then when you grow, you can reach here, senior business analyst, you can be a business systems analyst, process consultant, data analyst, or business development director. This will need a lot of experience. This will need not just technical business analyst experience or this will need a lot of industry experience before you can reach here. So right now, maybe you can focus on here 1, 2, or 3. Now, if some of you are wondering what a BA does in a typical day, now not all the days are the same, but there is one guarantee in BA's life, that every single day is going to be exciting. Every single day will bring something new, will bring up something that will make you sleep at night happily, thinking that, okay, this is what I've learned today and this is what I've achieved today. So this is my typical day. This is how I started. Check emails. This could be one of my meeting for one of my days. Oops. Meet data presentation team, do requirement analysis. This is one of the top things that the BAs do. So be prepared to work on this forever and ever if you're a BA. Meet with the project manager to discuss deliverables and challenges. Review reports. If I have prepared some reports, review the reports, review report from others, analyze data. Just a normal, typical day. Now, traits of a top-notch business analyst. What do you mean by a top-notch business analyst? So there would be 2 different types of business analysts in the market. One, business analyst would be who will be looking for jobs, will find it hard to get a job, will somehow find a job, but will find it difficult to stick to the job. That is not the kind of BA we are looking at, or that is not the kind of BA that I hope any of you are planning to be. We are planning to be the top-notch business analyst. And this means these are the skills that we are willing to develop. I don't want you to think that, oh, I don't have this, I cannot work on that. You can. If you have taken the first step to attend a demo session, if you have planned to change your career, if you have gained that strength, then you will eventually gain the strength to work on all of these traits. And when you do that, you would be a top-notch business analyst, and you will find it really, really easy to move up the ladder, to get better salaries, to move into jobs that really give you satisfaction, that really make you think that you have achieved a lot. Any doubt here? Any doubt on this sheet? Anybody? Any questions? Anybody still awake? Can I see the hands again? Yes. Let's see who is awake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Almost everybody is awake. That's fantastic. I've not been that boring, I hope. Okay. Can somebody ask some question at least? I just want to know where we are, what is the kind of understanding that we have reached at. Anybody with any question, silly question, funny question? Nope. Okay, no problem. On this, yeah, I wanted to talk about this very, very important. See the forest through the trees. Anybody know what this is? How do you see the forest through the trees? Anybody? Rashmi, you want to talk about this? Rashmi, you want to talk about this? Or Saswati?
Oh no.
Okay, all right. So seeing the forest through the trees would mean when I am stuck in a one small problem. For example, I am stuck when I want to organize a brainstorming session with my stakeholders to get my requirements or to get clarity on one of my requirements or to understand my process better. And I just cannot get that time with that particular stakeholder. Now, this is the problem. This is the tree that I am looking at. What is my forest here? My forest is the whole process that I'm working on, the whole project that I'm working on. So when I'm stuck with a small problem, I should not lose focus on the bigger picture. I should be able to solve this problem, but should not get overwhelmed with this problem that I just lose complete track of my project because there are deliverables, there are timelines, there are budgets, and everybody is answerable to something or the other. So please keep that in mind as a business analyst. You should not lose sight of the bigger picture. Bigger picture is all that will matter at the end. If you deliver on time within budget and you deliver the right thing that the client expected in line with the vision of the client, then you've done your job. One more thing here, you need to be a people's person. You cannot shy away from talking to I don't know, at least 25 different people in your workday. There would be new people, old people, people who you would meet for half an hour every day, people who you would see for 5 minutes in a month or 3 months. But just be prepared to interact with a lot of people with different temperaments, different expectations, different level of technical knowledge, different level of business knowledge. Just be willing to interact with each and every single one of them and be willing to be in their shoes, be willing to understand what they're really trying to say. Because once you've done that, you can document it, you can communicate it, and you can get yourself and the whole project or the whole process in line with the bigger picture. One more thing that let's discuss it here. A BA should be able to understand technology's potential and its limits. So we have technology in everything now. All our lives are dominated by technology, by screens, by devices. As a BA, you should be able to understand that this is what technology can do and these are its limitations, because the client would expect a lot. The client would expect the heaven and the earth and will expect you to deliver it in a very short period of time on very low budget and very low resources. But you should understand what it can do and what it cannot do. Doesn't mean you need to know development or you need to know about every single technology. You should be able to go back to your IT team, to your developers, to your QA people, to your testing people, and ask them and discuss with them and understand what it is that they can do with the technology they have and what cannot be done. Because this is something that you will have to convey to your client, to your stakeholders, to your business people. They are the decision makers, but they have expectation from you and you cannot give them a wrong picture. You have to say it like it is, of course without hurting people, but you have to be able to say it like it is. This cannot be done, this can be done. Three common mistakes business analysts make. Making assumptions that are not quickly resolved into facts. What does it mean? If my client has given me a requirement, going back to our original example, if my client has asked me to work on a process development for a call center, and I just assume within the first few meetings and talking to not all the stakeholders, but only some of them, that this is what the client wants, I will mess up the whole project. I need to keep on asking questions till I really get in line with my client's vision, with my stakeholders' vision, till I really understand my as is and to be states, my current and future states. I cannot make assumptions. I cannot just fill in the gap myself. I have to get into the detail of the requirement, know everything to the minutest detail, and only then I'll be able to convey the right thing and get the right process developed, the right project developed, and also to get the right timeline set. Second, ignoring the stakeholders or stakeholder groups because they're difficult to deal with or to contact. As a BA, every single day, the BA would be dealing with stakeholders. Now, who is a stakeholder? Let me I think I've discussed that already, but stakeholder would be anybody who has got something to lose if the project fails and something to gain if the project goes really well. So there could be a lot of different stakeholders. Suppose I am from a recruitment background and I'm working on a recruitment process. My BA is working on a recruitment process. I am one of the stakeholders. All the people who will be using, all the users, they'll form part of the stakeholders. And then failing to ask questions. As a BA, keep on asking questions. Keep on asking questions. There are no silly questions, no small questions. Keep on asking questions. Do not try to fill any of the gaps in information. Because, for example, when I said here that you will be meeting a lot of people or stakeholders or stakeholder groups on an everyday basis, everybody will tell you a different thing. And next time when you go back with your documentation, everybody will have a different picture from what they originally had. So again, going back here, do not make assumption and ask as many questions as you want. Here, what this sentence says is, there are some stakeholders that will be difficult to deal with. They will have unrealistic expectations. They will be difficult to contact. They will not give you time to meet. You send them an email, they will not respond. You just keep on calling them, they will not respond. They will be too busy with something else, and maybe they are busy, but it's your job, you're getting paid for it. Go there, talk to them, show them your face, ask for a meeting, send them a reminder, a gentle reminder, but make sure you get that time. Make sure you get that meeting, their brainstorming session, their interview session. Because if you do not, if you ignore somebody who is part of the stakeholder group, then they will never be happy with the project that you've delivered. So be very, very careful of that. Be very, very mindful of that. Cannot ignore anybody, even if they're difficult to deal with. CBAP is the certification. If any of you want to go into that path of certification, you will find all these details on the CBAP website also. If you are certified, then you'll find it easier to get a job because this gives you some kind of value, some kind of depth to your resume. So you can look into that. Now, what I expect from you all. What I expect, I'm hoping that all of us are a team. We work like a team. We will have the same vision, the same goals. If I have a vision and a goal that by the end of the session, you guys will find it, you guys will have grasped most of the concepts, if not all of them. You will have a good understanding of the whole profession. You will gain a certain amount of confidence and understanding of what this career is all about. and you will be able to take that first step to go for your first interview. That would be my vision for the whole team. And in line with this, these are some of the things that I expect. I think that's all of it. Attend all or most of the sessions. So the sessions will not be just the slides. I will provide you with all that material. But in the sessions, when we are, I'm hoping you guys will get more interactive. You'll ask more questions when we go into the next session. If you attend all of this session, just like a group will study together, we will understand together, and you will gain more from it rather than looking at a web recording later or just going through one of the slides. Be inquisitive. If you are wanting to be a BA, ask questions all the time. Ask questions, lots of questions. Very, very important. Be willing to learn. I think if you've taken the first step to change your career or to move up in your career, I think you're already doing that. You're already willing to learn. Complete your assignments. After almost every session, we'll have assignments. And so what are the assignments like? Assignments would be real life documents that a BA has worked on or BAs work on. So when you do these assignments and when you complete these assignments actually, and when we go through them and I check them, you will understand in real terms what a BA does. Just like if you're doing a Java course, there would be a real life project that people work on. So when we, because BAs work on a lot of documents all the time, so it's very important that you complete the assignments. Once you've completed that, you will know what a BA does. You will know going forward in an interview or in your job that this is what I will be expected to do. So please do it. And that's it. Really, if we do all of it, most of it, I don't know, 80% of this, we are good to go. Am I expecting a lot here? Anybody who thinks I'm expecting a lot? Anybody? Am I expecting a lot, guys? Okay, I'll start calling you team because we have a single vision, we have a single goal. Anybody thinks I'm expecting a lot? Please raise your hand. Okay, who thinks I'm not expecting a lot? Okay, at least two people think that I'm not expecting a lot, which is good. Three people, good, good, that's fine. Whoa, and that in simple terms is the secret to success in business analysis. Okay, so I am going to start again with the first person on my list here. I think Saswati is the first person on the list. After the series or the presentation that we have seen, what did you understand from, so tell me two things. One, what did you understand from it? And two, what do you want to know right after this session? There would be a lot of questions, absolutely fine, going forward, but right now, what is the most pressing question that you're feeling? I'll start from Sashwati. Sashwati, hi.
Session. Hi, Sonal. Yeah, it was a very informative session.
Sashwati?
Yeah, can you hear me? Hello? Hello?
Yes, yes, I can hear you very clearly.
Yeah.
What did you understand from? Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, sure. So I
What did you
understood.
understand from the whole session? What?
Basically, I understand that, as you said, the business analyst is a very indispensable part of any company, any business, because he or she plays the bridge between the business and any kind of business process reengineering or any kind of change that happens to any process. Okay, so that person needs to have a fair understanding of the timelines, the budgets, the requirements, objectives of all the parties, and has to balance it out. So needs to have a lot of knowledge, a lot of patience, a lot of negotiation skills, communication skills, uh, you know so and very good analytical skills. Yeah, so this is what I understood about the the business analyst position, job profile, and about the course that one needs to have a fair amount of IT understanding, because you're talking to the IT people to understand what the technology constraints are, solution scope constraints are. So and then you if you so they cannot take you, so you should be also having some grip of about the technology, about the business domain, so people don't take you for a ride. And you can have a sort of with the kind of information that you have and the knowledge that you have, you should be able to convince the other parties as well, that you should sound convincing, so because you are the go-to person for all the parties. So that's what I understood. And the various analytical tools that we use, the diagrams that you need to know about, the so that is something interesting, and I'm looking forward to learn more about the diagrams, because this business analyst is all to be a successful top-notch business analyst, you need to be very open to you should have a quest for learning, constant learning, continuous learning, as you said in your blueprint. So that's about what I wanted to what I understood, Sonal.
Uh, you know what, Sashwati, you've achieved three things already.
Uh-huh.
You said you have good communication skills, which is true. You've taken the first step, done the demo. This was your second step. Thirdly, you summarized the whole presentation really well, and that is the third step that you've taken. So three steps in a single day, it's excellent.
Thank you, Sonal. Appreciate
Okay,
it.
now questions. Ask me your questions.
Yeah, so I mean, I actually didn't have too many questions as of now. It's because it's a beginning series. I mean, I will definitely have more questions as and when we start the subject matter. For now, I probably would want to know a little bit about when you're talking to the IT team members. You say you also mentioned that you need not know about the need not know, you need not have the developer's knowledge, and need not necessarily need to know coding. So how is it that you are going to validate what they're saying to you? Do you still need to know some kind of IT
No. So
technology?
your best tool here, Sashwati, would be your questions.
Okay.
Best tool. Ask questions. Tell them, okay, I don't know, I don't understand this, I don't have knowledge of this, but are you willing to tell me this? If you just have to do one thing. If your question is right, if you're asking the right question, there would be experts inside the company, inside the group, inside the team that will have the right answer.
Sure.
Because if you try to understand every technology, that's not your job, and that's not within that's not anybody's possibility.
Okay.
So be ready with the right questions, and people, just like we said, it's a team, everybody has the same vision. People will be willing to give you the right answer.
So, Sonal, is there a questionnaire or a blueprint for questions that a business analyst should keep in mind or refer
Okay.
to?
No. When we go through the documents that a business analyst needs to prepare, I'll prepare a list of all the documents that we will be working on. You will know what to ask, because
Okay.
you will have, every organization will have a different format for the documents that you need to work on. And when you join the organization, initial a week or 10 days, nobody is actually expecting you to do the work. They are only expecting you to understand the organization, the forms, the people, the team, the way of working, where all documents are, what tools you need to work on. So when you start working on them, you will know what to ask. And a very good diktat to go by is ask everything that you do not understand. Every single thing.
Okay.
That should be your the diktat that you go by. Ask everything that you do not know, and that's about it. Okay.
Awesome. Okay. Yep.
Okay, great. Thank you, Sachin.
Thank you, Sonal.
All right. Next person, Rashmi. Hi again, Rashmi.
Hi.
So
Hi,
let's
Sonal.
start with two things.
Yeah.
Hi, what you understood and what are your questions?
Okay. The slideshow was lucrative. I understood almost everything you tried to make us understand.
Okay.
The biggest fear I had being a BA is that I do not have technical background. But looking at this slide, understanding what you said, I gained that confidence. Yes, I can do it. So I'm happy about it.
Excellent.
And questions, I would like to understand the subject matter more to understand and get the questions. So for now, I'm good and happy, and thank you so much.
Fantastic, fantastic. Next person, Blessy. Hi, Blessy.
Hi.
Did I
Hello.
pronounce your name right? Blessy.
Yes, you did. Yes, it is right.
Okay, good. That's a beautiful name. I've never heard of it, but it's a beautiful name.
Thank you.
Okay, tell me, what did you understand and what are your questions?
Actually, I was not from the very beginning. I was
Okay.
listening to it half the way through around say 8:30 onwards.
Mm-hmm.
And what I've heard through the phone call, and now I just got connected. I saw the screen. I
Okay.
think that the way that you were going, I liked the pattern that you were teaching in, and I would thinking of like it's a good way to understand. Now, the main question that I have now is like the previous person said, I have only a very little technical background of working in the IT field. Now, as a fresher, what can I expect, and what do you think would be a best match for me as a business analyst?
Okay, so there are two different things here. Do you have
Yes,
any experience in IT?
I have a little bit. I was a
Excellent,
tech.
because most of the
No,
BA.
I'm sorry. I'm cutting through. I'm sorry for that. Just the question was
No, tell me, yeah, tell me.
yeah, I'm sorry. Like I was a technical writer in India, but yeah, after coming back to US, I've not much into IT. I have no IT background in the US. So does that differ from
You
there?
have worked on you
Technical
worked on
writing.
some IT project.
Yes, a little bit, not much.
Excellent. So you are
Okay.
already better placed than most of the other people like me who are from some other background. And
Uh-huh.
before I started my first job as a BA, I had
Uh-huh.
absolutely no idea what I was doing. And
Okay.
that was the time when the BA profile, the BA jobs were still evolving. That was like the Stone Age that I call it.
Uh-huh.
And it was a very loosely defined job. You could
Okay.
some people were just preparing very basic documents. Some people were taking notes like a secretary. It was just
Mhm.
evolving.
Mhm.
But once you've taken the first step of going
Okay.
inside and you
Okay.
are strong enough to do that, the second step is asking questions, which you're already doing.
Okay.
And the third step, the next step would be easy, which is getting the answers, analyzing them, and documenting them. Because in
Okay.
our course, we'll be learning about all the documents that a BA works
Mhm.
on, the
Mhm.
BA should know about. Not all the companies will have all the documents, but at least when you go face an interview, you
Okay.
go for your first job, you will have the confidence that I have at least in duration of a course, I've worked on most of them. Some of them
Mhm. Mhm.
they don't sound like Greek and Latin to you. They sound
Yeah.
like something that you know about. And this is
Yeah.
the focus of the course. That's
Uh-huh.
why I said we are a team. If one person is lagging behind, the whole team lags behind. So we'll take
Yeah.
everybody together.
Uh-huh.
Everybody will have the chance to speak up, ask questions, silly, funny, hard, difficult, all kinds
Uh-huh.
of questions. We'll
Uh-huh.
work through all of them. And by the
Mhm.
end of it, you will have the confidence for going for your first job, for your first interview. And
Yeah.
that's what we are all aiming at.
Okay.
Okay?
Uh-huh.
Thank you,
That
Blake.
sounds good. Thank you.
Raj Shekhar, coming back to you. Hi.
Hi. Basically, what a business analyst will do is that he takes care of all of the software development life cycle, which includes like the communication, the planning, modeling, deployment, construction of the product, and everything.
Can you be
Uh,
a little louder? I'm finding it hard to hear you. A little louder, please. Just a little bit.
yeah, the business analyst takes care of the. What I think is that the business analyst takes care of of the software development life cycle, which includes like construction, deployment, communication, planning, modeling, and everything.
Okay.
And my question is that, am I really fit for a BA? Because I'm a student, I don't have any industry exposure. I'm from computer science background, but still I don't have any industry
You are
exposure.
okay.
So what many people
So
say is that if you want to really to be a BA, you should have some exposure to the industry. If you have some, like if you are involved in a project, then you will be good fit for a BA because you are going to take some decisions. You will be involved in the risk because you should be contacted to the stakeholders, the employees, and everything. So
okay.
am I really fit to be a BA? That is my question.
Okay. So you will have to answer that question at the end of the session, but I can help you with some of it.
Okay.
Two things. One, when I showed you the slide on the traits of a BA and the
Okay.
requirements of the BA, let's see if we can go back to that slide. Let me just try and pull it up. Okay, skills required. Yes, I've written here technical skills, but
Yeah.
I think I mentioned it here when I'm talking about the slide, that these are the skills that you should be looking at developing if you are looking for a long-term BA career. To start your BA career, you are not expected to have all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and in the
Okay.
course, in this course that we're talking about, we will be working on almost every aspect of a business analyst day, of a business analyst career, a business analyst job profile. So
Okay.
when you go there for your first job, for your first interview, you don't feel like an outsider. You don't feel like it's your first day. You will be aware of most of the terms, at least the top terms, you will be aware of all of them. You will understand. You will understand the processes, the documents that you need to work on, and
Okay.
that is one thing that I can promise you, that you will not feel like it's your first day, because we would have worked on lot of the documents that a BA do.
Okay.
So yes, every organization will be different, every profile will be different, but you will not feel like an outsider.
Okay.
And if you are willing to do that much, if you're willing to put in that much effort in learning, just be open to learning,
Okay.
then I don't think that you'll have any issues.
Okay.
It will be, you will have a choice of starting in a business analyst profile, which requires 2-3 years of experience. Some profile require 5 years of experience. Some require 7-8 years of experience. But you will have the choice of applying for what kind of jobs that you want, and it will be on comfort level. But you will not feel like you are totally unaware of all of it. You will be getting a good understanding of all the concepts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Boost.
Hi, Umvati. I've unmuted you. Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yes, tell me.
So actually, I'm starting after long time.
Okay.
I enjoyed this session a lot because it was a that kind of memory going to school again. But what I understood is BA is a kind of being a mom of a family, holding everybody together.
I think that's a good analogy.
That's
And
what
let's
I
not alienate the boys, but yes, that is a good analogy. Okay.
was as it was. I felt it like being a
Can you
mom.
be a little loud? Can you be a little louder, please?
Is it okay right now?
I cannot hear you at all.
Now,
Yeah, a little bit louder, please.
more louder?
Yeah, tell me.
Okay. So, technically, I cannot memorize all those words, but I understood the first that I have to be the person who is holding everybody going around, and I can hold them and make them work and give the things to the vendor or the person who is asking the thing. But the question is that after 10 years of leaving the studies and restarting with the new thing, is it okay, like how I will get the experience and all those things in my credit?
Okay. One, you're saying you're feeling like you are starting to study again after 10 years. This is what you're feeling like?
Actually,
Sorry?
yeah, right. You are correct.
Okay, that's what you're feeling like. Okay. So one was the learning that you did in school. One was the learning that you did in college. And I think almost all of it was just erased from our memory the day we got out of college or the day we wrote our exams, right? Right? So leave that part of your life aside. Now think of this thing as let's say a real life, like a real life learning, which you would be using every single day of your business analyst career. This is not something that you learn today and forget tomorrow. You have to use this in every single day, and you know what that will do for you? Instead of feeling that you're learning something new after so many years and you find it difficult to learn, you will think that every single lesson that I take, every single assignment that I work on, I am going closer to my career of a business analyst, and I am getting stronger every single day to be there. This
Correct.
is not something that you learned in school or college. This is something that you would be working on every single day.
Correct.
Yeah, but I think in Indian education system, I've also been in that system. There is a lot of spoon feed. There is a lot of ready-made material that you get. You understand. You just put it in your paper. But here, you will be getting pointers. You will be getting ideas. You will be getting directions. But you will have to, even after the class, you will have to put in certain amount of time to do self-study, to work on assignments, and to refresh the previous day's assignment.
Mm.
So I'm not saying it's easy. All I'm saying it will be really worth your time. It will be really worth your effort. It will not be easy, but if you decide to do it, it will be really worth it. Yeah?
Um, yeah, but the question is like, as I have left my studies and my career 10 years back, and now I'm starting again. So is it possible for me to start it again, and the employer is going to ask me for experience even after I uh, finish my the study course or certification? Will I be able to get the job? Will it be easier?
Um, Firstly, nobody can guarantee that you will get a job. People can help you out, but nobody can guarantee that. First
Right.
thing.
Mm-hmm.
Second, if in this industry today,
Mm-hmm.
there are so many people who have either a big gap or
Right.
who are coming from some other industry
Mm-hmm.
or who have just no experience at all. And they're
Okay.
finding it easy to get into a BA career because this career, as I said, has very low entry barriers, which
Mm-hmm.
means to start, you do not need a lot. To grow,
Okay.
you need a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, your future employer will ask for experience, but that's why I said when we'll be working on the assignments, on the documents, and when we will understand all the concepts, you will not feel like it's your first day.
Okay.
And when you go to the interview, you will be confident enough to answer all the questions.
Okay. And
So,
the way I will be connected to you will be like this only, because this is the very first class I ever took. This is the first thing I'm
yeah,
hearing.
this is how we will be connected, but there will be an email where you could post your questions.
Okay.
Then there would be assignments, there would be presentation that would be there on the website.
Okay.
And I'm sure Parul will give you more on this, but I think you can access the recordings again and again.
Okay.
So you will be provided with all the tools to succeed, with all
All
the
right.
help to succeed. You will feel that you have a partner in your goal, in your success. Of course, you will have to do the hard work. But is it
That's
doable? Very much. People do it all the time. All the time, people get into a career with a long gap. after taking a sabbatical, after having babies, after doing some other kind of a job, or even freshers who have just completed a degree but do not have an experience, they learn enough to at least start.
Cool.
Yeah? Okay.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you. Who else? Do we have Preeti? Preeti?
Hi, Sonal.
Hi.
Sonal?
Yes, hi, tell me.
Yeah. Yeah. Session wise, I mean, it was good, easy, not very difficult on the mind as yet.
Yeah.
But I know it's going to get complicated more and more. The only thing is, I've been told that the resumes, I mean, once we do this course, the resumes would be dressed to suit the profile that, to suit the opening that's coming up. Is that correct?
So that is the job of the people who are working on your placement.
I know, but just asking.
Yeah. I think Parul would be better suited for this answer. But
Should
what
I?
I can tell you here is my part of the job, which
Mm-hmm.
is making you familiar with the concepts, with the
Right.
documents, with the day-to-day working, and the
Mm-hmm.
environment of the company.
Okay.
That would be my job with you. That would be my that is something that you can expect from me.
Okay. Okay. A question on that thing.
Yes.
I mean, you and I, who have actually worked in a company, know that the actual work experience, the kind of knowledge you gain,
Mhm.
is not comparable to something which you learn in a classroom. Is that correct? Right? I mean,
That is true.
uh,
So that is what we're trying here. We're trying to fill the gap as much as possible.
right. So
Yeah.
point of concern here is that now if I say that I apply for a role which has say 2 to 3 years of experience,
Yeah.
when I actually don't have any experience and I don't have a technical background, say nil technical background, I
Mhm.
have what a cushion of what you are trying to provide me in terms of the skill sets required.
Mhm.
But is it definitely enough to survive the initial days at least? I'm not saying become a top performer in the moment we join the thing, but at
Mhm.
least is it cushion enough?
Okay. So I'll tell you what is what will be a good cushion to start with. The class, the assignments, plus, as I said, you will have to do a bit of self-study on the material
Right.
that we provide. Then
Right.
you can revisit the recordings, you can ask as many questions as you want. All
Mm-hmm.
of it, we, I'm talking about myself, I will try to bridge the gap as much as possible. Yes, there
Mm-hmm.
is no comparison to the real life experience, but if you have to start somewhere, I think that's a good way to start.
Okay.
If because it's like a chicken and egg situation. Does experience come first, or does knowledge come first? So
Okay.
mm, I think it's a good place to start. That's all I can say.
Okay.
With our teamwork, with your hard work, and with my helping you out, I think you'll be in a good position to start with.
Okay,
But
so
of
the
course,
thing
no
that you're
guarantee.
going to, the assignments that you're going to give the class,
Yeah.
uh, you said that will be very similar to the live situations that are going on outside in the companies, right?
Yes, most of
Okay.
them would be from my own personal experience from the companies that I've worked with. Uh,
Okay.
s- I, of course, cannot share the name of the clients and everything else, but you can have a look at the documents and get a real life feel of what
Okay.
you'll be going into.
Okay.
And I think
And
that's what gives a person comfort when they're facing the real life situation.
right, right. That's what I mean. The more you work on it, the better you feel when you
Of
actually
course.
talk to people in the
Yeah.
panel.
Yeah.
So apart from that, I saw that in the slide you gave details about CBAP. The hours of experience, you need to have worked for so many hours for you to apply for the certification, or is there
Yes.
any other
Yes.
lower level certification?
No, I mean, of course, the exact number you'll get on the website, but see, why I was insisting on the certification is it just gives you a lot of weight when you're looking for a job.
Correct.
But you cannot have that experience from day one. So
Okay.
work on it, gain some experience, and then look for certification.
Okay.
But it's a, I mean, it's a very good strength to have a CDAP certification. That's all I can say.
Okay, and that is given by IIBA. Am I correct or wrong? I don't know.
Yes, that is given by the company. The institute will have all the details listed on the website.
Okay.
And we will cover a lot from that curriculum also. Of
Okay.
course, not all of it, but a lot from that curriculum also.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Then. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good. Thank you. I'm glad that you guys were very confident in asking questions. You guys, I mean, seems like you did listen to most of the class, most of the slides, which is really, really good. Anything else that I can help you guys out with? In terms of, I don't know if I've gone through the format of the class. I think I can go back to it again. We'll start the day with summarizing what you've learned in the previous class, maybe discussing the assignments that we've done in the previous class, going through the classes, of course, asking a lot of questions, working on documents, ending the class with another assignment for the next day. And that assignment you'll have to submit before. I will give you a deadline every time, but before the start of the next class, also giving me some time to go through all the assignments and check them and make corrections. This is how we'll have. And all my slides, you should not worry about taking notes. I will be sharing all my slides with you. But of course, what we talk in the class is so much more than the slides. But just don't worry about taking notes. I will share this. I will share a lot of other material also, which is just for your self-study. You can, of course, ask question on those materials, but that is more for your self-study. What you look on the screen, the slides that I present every day will be shared with you. And of course, you'll have the video recordings to go back to. Are we good? Any raise of hands? Sashwati, do you have a question, or Omvati? Omvati, do you have a question? No? Okay. I see hands. Sashwati, do you have a question? You can also write to me on the chat window. Any questions? Please, future BAs, ask a lot of questions. Okay, I don't see any questions here. So, Parul, do you want to take over, explain a little bit more about the questions these people had?
Yeah, I think
Parul?
Sid has a question, so let him ask you a couple questions.
Yes, Sid. Yes, Sid. Hi, Sid.
Hi, actually, this is Nima Sonu.
Okay.
Yeah, Sonu, now I understand that, business analyst seems to be one of the key persons who is answerable to all the stakeholders.
Mm-hmm.
Now, does that mean that, does that also imply that accountability for decisions most of the time or all the time is on a business analyst?
Depends on what kind of responsibilities, what kind of decisions you're talking about. This is a really, really broad
Okay,
question. Really broad question.
okay.
Any,
And
tell me.
okay, so in that case, now for example, I understand that there are different verticals that we could choose from. For example, it could be mortgage or it could be retail, IT, whatever.
Sure.
So in that case, does this training also help me choose? Does it provide domain specific knowledge, or do I get to choose my domain, or how does it really work?
So the way I'm looking at this particular training course is I will give you enough comfort to be a business analyst to start a career. And when you're starting a career, I don't think the focus should be on what kind of domain I want to go in. When you have interview coming up, for example, in healthcare domain, you gain a lot of knowledge about that, you gain a lot of understanding about that. But even if you're working on healthcare for 6 months, tomorrow it could be insurance in some same company, it could be some other thing. So here we're focusing at getting our basics right. What domain you want to look at, I don't know if to start with people would be able to choose the domain, and I don't think that should be the focus should be getting your foot in the door, getting your first job as a BA, and just as we saw in the blueprint and on the other slides, constant learning is what the person should be focusing on. And then it doesn't matter what domain are we taking a product in, and or what my new process is focusing on. Whatever it is, I'll take it head on because I have my basics right, and that is going to be the focus here.
Great, great. And also, is there a minimum duration of a project usually that a person works on?
So depending on what kind of SDLC method, the software development method I've used, my project could be a 2-week project. My project could be a 3-month or a 6 months project. So it all depends on what kind of profile I'm working on. It really all depends on the company. And sometimes when a person joins as a BA, maybe the team is already in the midst of an ongoing project. Maybe it was a 1-year project, and I just joined in at the end of 9 months because somebody left and there was a requirement there. So it could,
Okay.
as a BA, I could be working on any kind of duration on the project.
Okay. And one last question. I've heard from several people that if you want to be a BA, you should be willing to travel a lot. So I'm not sure how far that is true. So could you give me some clarity on that?
Sure. Yeah, I think that's a very good question, and um, a lot of people are concerned about this. That's really true. So when you get a requirement from a placement person, maybe from a recruiter or a hiring manager, they usually put it on the requirement that 25% travel is required, 50%, 100%, how much ever it is. But one thing good about a BA profile is you need to be where the client is. Face-to-face interaction, top requirement, key to the whole thing. So, and the client is, suppose my client is Apple, the company is not going to move every 3 months. So I am where my client is, and therefore I know that I will not be asked to suddenly travel tomorrow. My job requirement would make me be in front of my client, and that gives me a lot of stability. But yes, there are jobs that require travel, and you could always say no to those jobs.
Okay. Okay. Great.
But lot of BA jobs, I don't know, 75-80% of BA jobs would not require travel. So I think it's a
Okay.
good number to have, good choice to have.
Okay. Okay.
But
Thanks so much.
I think I'm going to add something else here. If you are in a position to travel, even if it's for a small duration, I think if you get a chance, you should take it. That would add another dimension to your whole experience, to your whole resume. So if you can, and if you want
Right.
to take it, I think you should add it to your whole experience of being a BA. But you can always
Right.
say no.
Right.
That's always a choice.
Great.
Okay. Any other questions that I can help with? One second. Um, I put all the hands down. So anybody else? Okay. Omvati. Hi. Omvati, hi. You
Hello.
have a question? Yes.
I was listening to a lady and you talking about the certification. What
Yeah.
does it exactly mean? Gain experience before certification. What does it mean?
So certification will have two different aspects. One would be the exam. The other
Mm-hmm.
would be the experience that your employer should be able to give you in writing that you have worked in that particular company for that many hours.
Mm-hmm.
Only after that you can apply for the certification. So these are two
But
different aspects, but you need both of them for certification.
How I will work without the certification? Like right now, if I studying with you and
Mhm.
I go for interview, he will ask me for my credential and my everything. So how he will be knowing that without certification that I know I'm the business analyst or BA? How he will know
Yeah,
without?
good question. One, not every business analyst requirement has not every business analyst profile requires you to be certified. Certification is something that is good to have, that will add value, but certification in itself wouldn't mean anything if you cannot perform in the interview, if you cannot answer the questions to the panel and in the different that all the interviews that you face.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, just look at gaining the basics right. Once you get experience working as a BA, then look at the certification. Right from day one, not every company would ask for a BA certification. So do not worry about that right now.
So you mean like if I have a certification of being uh, science graduate and the computer graduate, then I can go anywhere and start working as BA and get the letter from the work of my the person who is employing me, and then those are will be added, and then I can go back to get certificate. Is that what you said?
You need to have those many number of hours of experience as a BA.
And is it possible in US that
The certification, yeah. Without,
without
sorry, you were saying
uh,
something?
the question is like, is it possible in US without having certification with the graduation science and computer you can go for BA job? Is
Of
it
course,
possible?
of course.
Oh,
That's what the course is all about. That is what we're trying to do here. We're trying to fill the gap between the things that you studied in college, the degree that you've got, or if you have some experience, the experience that you got, and the knowledge you need to be a BA. This is the hole that we're trying to fix here. So
okay.
yes, you will
Hmm.
not need a BA certification to start with. All I
So we
said was it is good to have. Later in life, once you get some experience, confidence, go for it. It's good to have. That's about it.
and how long is this course going to be, which you are taking? Like today you had a first class, so how
Yeah.
long is it going to be?
We are aiming for 40